Hi guys, happy Tuesday. So, alright. For my clients, I did get a new phone finally. So it's really big and it has no buttons. But, yeah. Everything will be alright, so you guys can get a hold of me again. So we're just going to go back into the Pickingill Craft. Is anybody else waking up at like 5 a.m. for no odd reason? It's like, oh my god, I am exhausted from sleeping. Anyway, here we go. I need to drink a coffee. Got a lot done though. A lot done. That was fantastic. Okay, so here we left off with. Now, both witchcraft and Freemasonry were also heavily influenced by Neoplatonism, Hermeticism, and Thurigic magic. I can't say that word, so whatever. People like to, point that out. Point it out. Now, in his articles in the Wiccan, Bill Liddell claimed that George Pickingill's family had originated in Saxon times, and as first historically documented members was Julia of Brandon, a village of the Suffolk Essex border. In the 11th century, Julia was allegedly the witch killed by the English rebel forces, led by Hereward. I think that's Hereward. The wake after she was hired by the Normans to defeat them using magic. Now, in the legendary story of Hereward, it is said that Julia of Brandon was in fact a French witch. There's a lot of mentions of French witchcraft, and I don't get it. I don't even know what it is yet. So Liddell said that historically the Pickingill family always owed their spiritual allegiance to the horned god, and they adopted an amalgam of Danish paganism and French witchcraft beliefs. So French witchcraft, I'm trying to understand that one, but alright, so he claimed that when French and Flemish weavers migrated to East Anglia, the local witch beliefs were influenced by dualistic and Gnostic elements from the Cathar heresy and the old religion as it was practiced in France in the Middle Ages. Now, the Pickingill covens were led by women as priestesses, and in that way they differed from the other hereditary, probably, craft traditions that had male leaders. So, Liddell explained this was because in ancient Scandinavian paganism, only women served and worshipped the god, while the men revered the goddess. So, this can be compared with Robert Cochrane's comments on the leadership of the male and female mysteries in his tradition. So, in the old Pickingill craft, the priestess was regarded as the bride of the god, while the priest was the husband and consort of the witch goddess, which I am honestly, the more I dig, it's Hecate. Historically, this can be seen in the Germanic cult of the earth goddess Nerthus, who was only attended by male priests, and the Norse god Frey, who had priestesses who practiced a form of sorcery called cider. So in old Pickingill craft, Liddell alleged, the four primary deities were the Germanic earth goddess Nerthus, the Norse goddess of love and magic Freya, the horned god of fertility Frey, who was her twin brother and consort. Okay, so that's a lot of mixing. And the old trickster fire god Loki. That I love. So the German tribes regarded Nerthus, or the powerful one, as a representation of Mother Earth. So Liddell has also claimed in personal correspondence with this writer that some modern traditional covens in East Anglia still worship Odin or Woden with animal sacrifices. I can't do that. No. It's illegal. It is. The Roman historian, Tacitus described in his Germania, how a veiled image of the goddess Nerthus was kept in a sacred grove on an island in the middle of a lake. Ooh, that sounds beautiful. Once a year, the image was placed in a wagon or cart and accompanied by her male priests. She was then processed around the countryside. So this ritual was to bring fertility to the land and a good harvest. So during this time, weapons were put aside. There was no warfare and peace reigned. Well, I wish they could be like that all the time, but yeah. Now, in another ceremony, the image of the goddess was ritually bathed in a lake. Now, afterwards, the slaves who had assisted in the rite were sacrificed by being drowned. Okay, now Freya and Frey belonged to the family of gods and goddesses known as the Vanir, who were sometimes denigrated as elves in the post-Christian period. So the fact Frey is popularly known as the Lord of the Elves, or fairy folk. So the Vanir were chthonic deities connected with the land, fertility, childbirth, and the fecundity of humans, livestock, and crops. Because of their primitive nature, they demanded sacrificial offerings of blood and sexual fluids. So that's really interesting. Getting back into the old ones, that's kind of what I was that's what I wanted. So I got it. Now, the priestess of Freya were renowned as gifted seers, and when stepping out of the body or projecting their fetch or spirit devil, they use animal forms. So because of this, some writers believe that they were the phototypes of the later medieval witches. Now, in the hereditary craft, as in the older craft traditions, Bill Liddell said the witches regarded themselves as stewards of power or old gods. Now, in their role, they were the guardians of Earth and had a sacred duty to protect the environment and the ancient sites of elder worship. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. The elder worship. All of that going way back to the chthonic gods. I love it. So they venerated burial mounds, standing stones, springs, and the megalithic circles erected by the pre-Druidic people and the Covenant, and convened at these places, where the veil between the worlds is thin. Speaking of megalithic stones, oddly enough, yesterday I had a very, very, very amazing conversation with a very, very gifted woman, my very dear friend, and we were talking about Romania and, my Noria Komanic. She is, Romanian, and it's like my first or second cousin. And so we were talking about that, and we were talking about, the megalithic stone circles. And then today, in Romania, what did I see? 5 o'clock this morning. Boom, woke up, I don't know why. And then I found that. That standing stone in Romania. I'm sure you guys have seen it all over. Now, quartz crystal spheres, called by the ancient Druids as serpent eggs. I love that. So were used by the witches to boost the earth energies on the lays and at these power centers. So they also communicated with the good folk or fairies, the genie, Loki, or spirits of place, the wights and land spirits, the elemental guardians of the ancient sites, and the powers or rural deities of the countryside. There we go. I don't know where that came from. I don't know what kind of accent that was, but that was very odd. So yeah, it's really coming into... Yeah, we're getting there. This is what I'm liking. Pickingill Craft is more up my alley than the tubal cane. Now, where'd I go? Now, Bill Liddell claimed that old George Pickingill founded a network of 9 covens around southern England. Over a period of years, they selected suitable women with the witch blood and passed the power to them. They then independently formed their own traditional covens based on the teachings they had received from the Essex Witchmaster. So Liddell says that Pickingill was not the illiterate drunk farm laborer as presented in the stories the Kangwin villagers told to Eric Maple. Instead, he was an educated man who, in accordance with his Romany ancestry, was a horse dealer. He was a horse dealer. So, in his Romany, and that's Romania, so, I don't know. I think that's very interesting. So yeah, he was a horse dealer, though. I'm going to leave out that for that there today. I can't talk. I'm so tired. Okay. But I just really, I need to get into my own roots more. I don't know my roots too well. I mean, I do know where I come from, obviously. I know I was born. And it's like I need to figure out more about the Romany side of me. I don't, have anybody to go to now. But, I mean, my family is full of Freemasons. So do I ask them? I don't want to, if you don't have enough money. Yeah, here, I'll tell you guys here in just a second. Get traveled. Okay, let's see. Do I have any room anywhere? Alright, there we go. So, you know what, you guys? Clip, Click, Ink. The best pen for writing in these books of shadows, these grimoires. I'm just letting you guys know. They're good. They're great. My little tip for today for you guys. So yeah, when my dad was a lot younger than I am, when he was a teenager, a kid, he was, I don't know if he was invited. I don't even know if I can say this stuff, but I'm going to anyway. He was invited to try, he was encouraged to try to join the Masonic Lodge, because most of our cousins and people, relatives are in, the Masons and the Freemason area, right? The lodge. And yeah, he didn't come from a very, very rich or wealthy background, so they denied him. Nope, he had no money. Nope, wouldn't let him in. So I wonder, about this. What is up with this? The Freemasons, the Romany blood. I mean, I really want to get into the Romany blood. I really want to kind of do one of those like DNA things. So I don't know if anybody knows anything about like genealogy, especially like the Romany part from Romania and / Hungary. That would be amazing. I would be so grateful for any information, any tips. It would be just amazing. So, but yeah, it's pretty weird that, if you don't have enough money, they won't take you. And I think that's the case today. I don't know. I don't know much about them. So yeah, I don't know. But, yeah, my phone's working. I posted pictures of Chico today. He is doing good. This is day 30 of really good days with him. So we are actually having amazing days with him. It is so nice. So all the love and the prayers and everything that you guys have done, I can't even thank you guys enough. But, alright. Well, I will see you guys tomorrow. I'll see you guys live here in just a minute. That'll be first, and then, yeah, you guys will see this, and then I'm confusing myself. But I love you guys with all my heart. All the way from Venus. All the way back down. And I smell Siete Machos Cologne. Lovely, wonderful day. So, alright guys, I love you all, and everybody have a great day.